Hello guys, welcome to Dan's IT Network. For today's video I'll show you how to back up a running configuration and iOS file from this router to the TFTP server. Okay, so this is the TFTP server and let's open up the server. Okay. First thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that the TFTP server is running. Okay, so go to the services and then I'll go to the TFTP. And then by default the TFTP server is on. Okay, but if it's disabled or off on your side, you need to turn it on. Okay, and these are the files that are already on the TFTP server, so these are default file. All right. um, I can tell that some of them are iOS file, so I believe that this one is iOS file, and it has also a this one PT 1000. Okay, and this is .tar. Well, we can remove file if we want to. Okay, I can click one of this file and I can remove them. Okay, anyway, the important thing is the TFTP is on and it's working. All right, so let's close this one. Okay, and other thing that we need to consider is before we transfer the iOS file or running configuration to the TFTP server, we need to make sure that we have a connection, okay, from the router to the TFTP and TFTP to the router. Let's open up again the TFTP server, okay, and I'll go to the desktop command prompt and let's ping the router. Okay, so I'll type ping space 192.168.1.1. So this is the IP address that I set up on the router. It's 1.1. Okay, so I'll ping it and it's good. Okay, we are receiving a reply. So I'll close this one. So now let's start to transfer the files from this router to the TFTP server. Okay, and as you see, I connect one computer to the router using a console cable. Okay. Well, guys, in a real world, if you want to back up running configuration and the iOS file, is you need to have a computer connected to the router or a switch using console cable, or you can use a SSH or telnet, but you need to configure the VTY line first. But on this tutorial, what we will be using is a console connection. Okay, so I'll open up the computer and I'll go to the terminal and make sure we have the correct settings in here. Okay, 9600, 8, okay, parity is none, stop bits is 1, and flow control will be none, right? And then hit OK. I'll scroll down, okay, and let's view the running configuration of the router, okay, before we transfer it. So I'll hit enter to get started. Okay, so I already configured the router, just basic configuration. I put some banner in it, just this one, welcome to Dan's IT Network. And I also set up a local username and password. So the local username is admin. Password that I set up is password 12345. And then I'll type enable to go to the privilege mode. Okay, and I also set up a password which is password 1234. Okay, this is for the enable password. Okay, so I am now on the privilege mode. So let's view the running configuration of this router. I'll type show space run space bar on the keyboard. Okay, all right, so you notice that there are few configurations on this router. Okay, so um, the enable password, which is password 1234, local username and local password, and there's also an IP address on the gigabit Ethernet 0/0, which is on this router. Okay, and we also set up a banner. Okay, welcome to Dance IT Network. Okay, all right. So let's save this running configuration and let's transfer it to the TFTP server. Okay, so I need to be on a privilege mode. So I'm ready to type the copy. I'll copy the running configuration. Okay, running dash config, and I want it to be transferred to the TFTP, which is I'll type TFTP. Okay, hit enter. Okay, so I'll move this on this side, and I'll move this on this side so that you can see. Okay, so it asks for the IP address of the TFTP server. So this is the IP address. Okay, it's 192.168.1.254. Hit enter, and now it asks for a file name. So what will be the file name that you want this running configuration to have? Let's say I want this running configuration to have this file name, which is dance IT network, then dash config. Okay, I'll hit enter, and boom, it says that writing running dash configuration, it's okay, right? It's 749 uh, bytes. Okay, and it was copied in 0 seconds. Wow, that was fast. Right? Okay, and now let's back up the iOS file, the router. But let's pretend that we don't know the version. I mean the name of the iOS file on this router. So how do we know? Okay, so let's type this command. So I'm on the privilege mode. So let's type the show space slash. Okay. I'm sorry, I mistyped the show. I need to change this to O. All right. And hit enter. There you go. So the iOS file on this router is this one. Okay. The C1900 dash universal K9 dash MZ up to this dot bin. Okay, so this is the iOS file. Let's copy this one, okay, because we will be needing this file name. I'll right click and then copy. Okay, so let's transfer the iOS file. I'll type the command copy. Okay, and then the space. This time I need to type flash. Okay, flash meaning the iOS file. Okay, so flash and then space TFTP server. Okay, so I want it to be transferred to the TFTP server. Hit enter, and then it says it here. Um, need to have the source file name. So the source file name is this one. Okay, we copied it, and I'm just gonna have to paste it. All right, and I'll hit enter, and then it asks for the IP address of the TFTP server. So the IP address is 192.168.1.254. Okay, and now it asks for what will be the file name that you want this iOS to have. Okay, let's say I want this to have dance IT network dash iOS. Okay, is that good? I'll hit enter, and there you go. Okay, so it says in here, okay, and this is a large file, right? As you can see, and this file, okay, bytes copied in 0.75 or 755 seconds. Okay, that was fast. All right, and that's it. So let's close this, and let's go to the TFTP server. Let's check if the files are already on this server. Okay, I'll open up the TFTP server, and I'll go to the services, of course, and then I'll go to the TFTP, and let's check. There you go. Okay, so this is the dance IT network dash config. This is the running configuration, and this is the dance IT network dash iOS. So this is the iOS file of the router. Okay, it's good.